Well, it's been pretty dry in Kansas, and one of the things we can do when we have some dry weather is to work on ponds. Many of our ponds will need some periodic cleaning out of all the old sediment that might get brought down by livestock or just natural processes taking sediment down into the pond. So it can be a good time to get them drained and scrape them out and clean them out and then recompact them before we fill them back up again. So what can I add to a pond to help it hold water? And the first thing is to make sure you have enough clay. We want to have at probably 30% clay would be about a minimum. You could get away with a little bit lower clay, but 30% is a good amount, 40% is even better. So we want to have enough clay. If we add either sodium chloride or rock salt, or we could add also soda ash, and these all have different rates of application depending on which product you use, but how many pounds per square foot or 0.2 pounds per square foot. So that's in our extension documents that we have for the amounts for the different products. Bentonite is by far the most expensive, and that is actually a sodium saturated clay. So it already has the sodium and it's clay. We can add that, but that is by far the most expensive option. Here I am at a pond this is actually a recently constructed pond, but the first time it was constructed, it actually leaked quite a bit. And so the landowner had to drain it and do some extra work doing some compaction. They also added soda ash. They compacted it with a sheep's foot roller, and they compacted it in lifts, which that means you add about 6 inches, or you could potentially do more, but about 6 inches of soil, and then roll it out with the sheep's foot roller, and then add 6 inches more soil and roll it out with the sheep's foot roller. And the importance of compaction cannot be overstated. It is, I think, one of the biggest issues that people have with their ponds is they think, well, I've got enough clay in this soil, I'll roll on it for a while and it'll be okay. But really, the sheep's foot roller is important. They can be rented at a lot of rental places, and you would then roll that clay so much that you really can't see the pattern of the sheep's foot roller anymore. That's called walking it out. So these are some of the things that I would recommend that you think about when going to work on maybe doing a little renovation of some ponds, or even with a creation of a new pond, is to make sure you really take the time and do it right, because if you don't quite get it right, it'll leak, and nobody wants that. We want a pond to hold water and do a good job.